Welcome to the Funeral Funds Life Insurance Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Vandervate from Funeral Funds of America, and you can find us at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, Funds.com. Whether you're interested in term life, whole life, mortgage protection, annuities, disability, business continuation, or final expense life insurance, we have you covered. Our team of experienced professionals will guide you through the complexities of insurance products to help you make an informed decision. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing understanding contestability periods in life insurance. Now, if you're not a licensed life insurance agent, you probably have no idea what a contestability period is. Oh my gosh, if only marriages had contestability periods, there'd be not too many divorces, probably. Anyway, so what is a contestability period? A contestability period is a specific time frame that starts from the date your insurance policy becomes effective. And during this period, the insurance company has the right to contest or investigate the information provided on the application. So why would they do that? Well, unfortunately, in this world, people lie or people misrepresent or people don't tell the whole truth, which is basically lying. But and here's a good example. I helped somebody, gosh, it's been a year or so ago, maybe 2 years at this point, with a final expense policy. It was a $25,000 policy, and I went through all the health questions. We got them first day coverage, got a great rate, got everything taken care of, and they got approved. Well, he died about 9 months later. And the insurance company went back and checked his medical records and found out he didn't tell the truth. So, what had happened is he had been diagnosed with cancer 2 weeks before he called me. And when I went through and asked all the health questions, and when we went to the insurance company and he filled out the request for coverage and application, we sent that in and he marked no cancer and everything. He'd been diagnosed with cancer. He flat out lied. Flat out lied. And he knew he lied, but I didn't know it at the time, and neither did the insurance company because it was 2 weeks earlier. And, none of the medical databases had been updated at that point. So everybody was just giving these approvals and saying move forward and everything was okay based off the information provided at the time. Really, the most important information was coming from the person who knew they'd been diagnosed with cancer, and they lied. Probably it was silliness, thinking that it would go through. Well, the insurance companies don't have to pay death benefits if you lie to them to get the coverage. And that would go for any insurance, whether house insurance or auto insurance or anything like that. If you lie, they don't have to pay, because when you lie and you sign your name on the contract saying everything is true that you stated, that's called fraud, specifically insurance fraud. And the insurance companies do not have to pay that. And there's no way they should. If you're just going to lie, there's no way they should pay that. So the insurance company actually has a 2-year period to come back and just make sure that everything that you said at the time of the application was true. So it's not a big deal. The contestability period never comes into play if you can just manage to tell the truth. And from my point, being an underwriter and a life insurance agent and doing the preliminary underwriting, if you just let me know what's going on, I will make sure we get you into the right policy that will approve you and you won't have to lie, right? Because we work with a whole bunch of different insurance companies. They all have different underwriting procedures and requirements and wording and anything like that. And we just need to find an insurance company that's going to like you for being you. And that includes all your flaws and health problems and everything else. So the length of the contestability period typically lasts for 2 years on any life insurance policy. The exact duration is going to depend on the insurance company and the type of policy, but it's pretty safe to say it's 2 years. And it's often called they want the ability 2 years from now to look back and just made sure that everything that you told them was true. And here's the thing though. The insurance companies are not looking for a way to not pay these claims. I want to make that very clear. The insurance companies want to pay out legitimate claims. It's good business for them to pay a legitimate claim when somebody passed away and save their family and save their estate and save future generations. That's good PR. That's exactly what the policies are going to do. But man, I tell you what, nobody wants to pay uh, an insurance policy claim. None of these insurance companies do if you lie. So, and now the other thing too is sometimes people forget, but it's typically what people forget are little things. And the insurance company is going to catch that anyway. And if there's a problem with it, they'll let you know before approving you. But don't take advantage of that. Honesty is the best policy. And really don't, oh, this is a real point of contention here. Don't not tell your agent about what's going on health-wise or any challenges you have physically or anything like that, because it does you absolutely no good to withhold information and spend that time with your agent and ultimately waste the time of the agent not telling them things, and then they'll put you in with a company doing their job that you should have been able to have been approved with the information you provided. However, that information was false. And if you would have just told the agent in the first place, hey, I've got these issues, they wouldn't have put you with that company in the first place. So all you're doing is wasting time. You're wasting the time. Like if you do that to me, you're wasting my time as an agent. And then you're wasting all the people's time at the insurance company just because you have a problem telling the truth. So honesty is the best policy. Just this is life insurance. It needs to work 100% of the time. You don't want even a 1% not like failure rate where it's not going to work. And with that being the case, just always tell the truth. Always tell the truth. The truth shall set thee free. And you never have to worry about it if that's the case. But don't be one of those people. So, I mean, the purpose of the contestability period is to protect the insurance companies from fraud or inaccurate information provided by applicants. And again, they're not looking for gotcha stuff like, fine print, things like that. They just want to make sure you're not representing everything. It just allows the insurer to verify the accuracy of the information and allows them to investigate any potential misrepresentation or non-disclosure. Now, information that's subject to contestability during the contestability period, the insurance company can review information provided in the application, including medical history, lifestyle habits, other relevant details. Um, the purpose is really just to make sure, again, that the information that you provided at the time of application is accurate. So here's the deal. At the time of the application, you didn't have cancer, and there was nothing on your medical records that said you had any worry of cancer, any diagnosis, or any testing, and you get cancer 10 months later, you're home free. It doesn't matter. You know, life happens, right? And that's just like too bad, so sad for the insurance company. They accepted that risk when they signed you up. So don't worry about anything that legitimately happens or surfaces in the contestability period. You'll be okay as long as there was just nothing before that indicating anything like that going on. So, what are the consequences of misrepresentation or non-disclosure on an insurance company request for coverage or application? So, if the insurance company finds out that you misrepresented certain things on the application or request for coverage, they can take certain actions up to and including adjusting policy benefits. That would be one where, if you claimed you made $300,000 and you only made $80,000, they that's misrepresenting because they may not have wanted to insure you for as much as you did, and they based that on you making 300,000, not a lower amount. They may just flat out deny the claim, in which your policy just goes away. They'll give you your money back, but that's not what you want. You wanted the insurance. They can even just cancel the policy. So some companies out there will just do a check just before things go into that 2-year waiting period. So there are some companies out there that just prior to you exiting that 2-year contestability policy period on your policy, they will actually run another health or medical check just to make sure that nothing popped up right around that time that you submitted your policy in. Now, not all of them do that. And I can tell you one thing, it's a good thing to avoid companies that actually do that, because sometimes stuff just pops up and it can delay things, or it can confuse things, or it can make it difficult. So we just recommend staying away from companies that have a normal practice of doing that. So there's a thing called duty of good faith, and as an applicant, it's just critical that you provide truthful and accurate information during the application process. And if you fail to disclose relevant information or provide false details, that can lead to complications during the contestability period and potential denial of claims. Now, the expiration of the contestability period, once that contestability period ends, typically again 2 years, the insurance company generally cannot contest or investigate any information provided on the application. After this period, the policy is considered incontestable and you are good to go. You never have to worry about it. They can't deny claims based off you not disclosing something, and that's why we recommend staying away from companies that do that kind of subsequent check just before things go out of the 2-year waiting period, or contestability period, not waiting period, contestability period. So I just want to underscore the importance of honesty and accuracy. It's essential you be honest with me as an agent if I'm the one that's helping you. Provide complete, truthful information about your medical history, lifestyle, and any other requested details. I ask those questions for a reason. And that honesty not only helps you avoid potential claim denials, but also ensures the policy is going to remain in force, and it provides the money to and intended benefits to your beneficiaries. So just be very careful. Well, one other thing that will happen here sometimes, and boy, I need to address this, is there are some dishonest agents out there, and they will sometimes see if they can slide something through. And I've seen this before that, somebody says they are a smoker and the agent will put it through as a non-smoker, and it gets approved. And the insurance companies are typically really good at stuff, double checking this stuff, but sometimes they miss stuff. And I helped somebody. They had been approved by a company, another agent had helped them, and I had to pull out the policy because the rates he was telling me based on his information did not seem accurate, and they weren't. Pulled out his policy, and the agent had marked him as a non-smoker, even though he was a smoker, and just said, "Here, sign the policy." But you know what? The insured, the person who signs the policy, is responsible for everything on there, and if anything's inaccurate, they're responsible for that too. So what we ended up doing is actually getting him a policy, and we got him the correct policy with him as a smoker, and then canceled the other policy because there's no way the insurance company would ever pay that claim out, even beyond 2 years, because it's fraud. It was total misrepresentation. So we got him a policy that's 100% going to work. So yeah, just when you get your policy, here's a good rule of thumb. When you get your policy, don't just throw it in the file cabinet at your home or your office or whatever. Read through it, read through the health questions, make sure that everything that you answered a question to the agent put down everything right. Maybe it was an honest mistake. Maybe they're just trying to do something with not great intentions. But yeah, don't just trust your agent and throw that file, throw your policy in that file and forget about it. Do spend one time, go through, read through it, make sure all the riders that you were told are in there, make sure that all the questions that are answered that you gave them the answers to are correct, and do all that. So just, seek guidance from a qualified, trusted insurance agent. If anything seems smelly or fishy or doesn't seem right, get another agent. Get another agent that can guide you through the application process, explain the significance of accurate information, and address any questions you have. So remember, the contestability period really does protect everybody, and it helps keep rates low, because the insurance companies shouldn't have to pay non-qualified claims. If they do, it raises the cost for everybody. So those people who just can't seem to bring themselves to tell the truth, they shouldn't be getting these policies anyway. So I hope that helps you understand contestability periods in life insurance a little bit better. My name is Randy Vandervate, and I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Funeral Funds of America can help you qualify for first day coverage or benefits at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. And our phone number is 888-862-9456. We will be blessed to help you with this in the future. Until that day comes, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.